welcome back to this super duper sped up beginning to this drawing. I'm not quite sure why it's super duper sped up, but you know what? It was an over 45-minute video, and that's with both parts that I'd managed to edit down. So you know what? I'm not going to argue too much. So anyway, how is everybody? Please leave a comment down below how you're doing. What are you up to at the moment? Otherwise, what am I drawing today? Well, as you can see, as the same as the last speed draw video, which is the vampire lady, I was doing I was doing the emotion square in the bottom right hand corner, and this character was chosen by my Patreon Lloyd, so this is also his video, hope you don't mind, of Jinx. And the character from both League of Legends and Arcane. Of course, I went for the Arcane design. I kind of like it a bit better. I understand what they were going for with Jinx on League of Legends when she was first announced. And I think it's a cool kind of outfit. I just don't like how skimpy it is. Anyone who does any form of combat in any way, shape or form wearing a bikini top knows that it's quite hard not to fall out. Admittedly, please take this in a non-deflammatory way, I suppose is the best way to describe it. Jinx doesn't have much of a chest in League of Legends, or she didn't in the beginning. So yeah, anyway, I really do prefer this design to the one in League of Legends. The Arcane one kind of does, to me, lend itself to the steampunk nature of the animated TV series, which is something that I really liked about it. I adore Jinx as a character. She's tragic, she's heartbreaking, and yeah, she's a little bit evil, but you know, it's a tragic kind of evil, and we all seem to love those tragic evil villains. And anyway, in League of Legends and Runeterra, she kind of ends up with, I believe it's Lux, who is like a paladin of light and the goody two-shoes of goody two-shoes. So she can't be that evil. She's kind of like an anti-hero. She's Harlequin. Yes, she's the Harlequin of League of Legends. Let's say that. That seems to work so much better in my mind. Admittedly, I haven't really played a lot of League of Legends or the Runeterra stuff yet, so I could be completely and utterly wrong, and her story develops in a completely different way, but that's not the point. I, for some weird reason, prefer Smite over League of Legends. Maybe it's because I don't actually have to play with people in Smite, and I have to play with them in League of Legends. Like, I'm not great at PvP games in general, but I like the style of MOBA, so playing against AI is kind of like, for me, the best of both worlds. Call me a terrible gamer if you want, but I used to play World of Warcraft, and getting bullied by people just put me off it for way too long. Not interested in that. Do not want that anymore. No thank you very much. So anyway, League of Legends, how do I feel about Jinx? I adore Jinx. I think I've said that already. Now, when Jinx came out in 2013, I was playing a character in a live action roleplay game called Curious Pastimes. Now, at that point in time, I was playing a character by the name of Takramir, or Takimaya. She, at that point in time, and now it's a very complicated story, but it's not really complicated. But anyway, she was an elf. A very young elf. Hyperactive, crazy, ran around, shivved things up, was given specific tasks that people thought she wouldn't come back from. She was essentially the, 2013 music video Jinx, but as an elf. And I created Taki before that came out. So when a couple of my friends saw the Jinx video and how she acted, they were like, this is you. You need to play League of Legends. You need to play this character. She's just, the way she acts, everything is you. And I was like, okay, brilliant. And yeah, just since then, Jinx has been one of those characters. You know when you love a character, the design, the story, everything, and you're just sitting in the back watching it go along in the distance and just like, oh, every now and again you look over and go, oh yeah, they're still doing well, that's fine. I don't want to go anywhere near what you're involved in. The fandom's toxic as fuck. I mean, I should have taken an example from Star Wars, but I'm a bit more willing to fight over that one, and I'm not sure why. I think it's because I've been actively involved in Star Wars recently, more than Arcane and League of Legends. I had other friends that were really, really good with League of Legends, and just whenever I did try to play it with them, and I did play a couple of matches, I'm not going to lie, I did play a couple of matches, it didn't quite work out, and they went from, yeah, we'll teach you how to play, to, why can't you do this, really, really quickly. And that's one of my biggest issues with the League of Legends player base as a whole. But anyway, that's by the by. Jinx is just an amazing character, and it was really nice to see that she was powder in the beginning. Again, something probably revealed in Runeterra or at some point during the much lore that has been uploaded to the League of Legends website, whatever, and I just haven't really paid attention. But it broke my heart to see like how powder went from powder to Jinx, and like how her sister Violet, Vi, however you want to say it, wanting to protect her turned into what was the biggest issue throughout the entire series of like, because you left her behind and didn't work her into the plan trying to save her, you got the rest of your family killed, and you fed what became Jinx. And I don't believe it's one of those, no one's actually in the wrong in that scenario, because you did what you thought was right. What you thought was right turned out to be wrong, but that's the same in life always. Like, I think the only thing that was done wrong was when Vi lashed out in anger and called her a Jinx, called Powder Jinx. I think at that point, that was probably the only thing in that situation that was wrong. And I do not blame her for that. Anyone who's like, oh no, you're a Jinx apologist. No. I don't attack Vi for what she did. She did the best of an awful situation. The entire show shows that trauma is a thing, and the way we react in the instant because we are traumatized can affect others and cause more trauma, and that's kind of a representation of generational trauma. I am terrible at pronouncing words. And yeah, it drove Powder to the very person that Vi had originally been trying to protect her from, Silco. And again, Silco's kind of like got his own massive amounts of issues, and yeah, he treated Jinx like a child and like his daughter and all that kind of thing. But it inevitably went wrong because he too was a heavily traumatized individual that used his trauma. Sorry about that, there's a bit of an overlap there because I had a cat attack. Loki has severely scratched up my hand, so there, I needed to take a break. I spooked him. You know what? I spooked him by sitting here talking to you guys, and my phone went off. And he jumped. I mean, jumped. He hit the microphone. He cut my hand. But anyway, we were going on about trauma. My cats are trying to traumatize me while I'm talking to you about trauma. How much fun is this really? Oh gosh, silly things. Anyway. For me, Arcane is literally an entire story of generational trauma brought on by the pilt over aristocrats who essentially lord it over the undercity. If they would just give a little bit, if the ruling classes would just allow there to be a bit more give and take in their relationship instead of just take, and spitting on the poor, then none of this would have happened. Vander wouldn't have started a civil war, which wouldn't have meant that his relationship with Silco broke down, which wouldn't have traumatized Silco, and Vander wouldn't have had to adopt 2 children, who then went on to become traumatized by Vander and Silco's trauma, coming to a large culmination of fight at the end. Words. And it wouldn't have given them more trauma than just watching their parents die on a bridge. That they had to deal with. Everything comes down to how broken these people are and how broken people deal with broken things, broken systems. And it's just, I've used that word, I need a trauma counter in the bottom corner, just like, oh. Anyway, yes, I love this character. She is broken, and as the joke says, so many people want to fix her. I think she's cool the way she is. I'm kind of looking forward to Arcane Season 2. That might finally be the reason that I go back to Netflix, because I am one of those many people who's just gone, I don't watch this, and has cancelled Netflix for the moment. When Arcane 2, Series 2 comes out, I'll probably go back to it, and then I'll also catch up on Stranger Things. Yeah, I have not watched a single episode of Stranger Things. I kind of gathered some bits around via osmosis, which is the way I kind of get most of my memes. I have no idea what's going on in any of the big popular things. I think I'm going to watch the Prey film, the new Prey film that came out on Disney, and that's about as up to date as I get. Tell a lie, in September, Bad Batch is coming out, Season 2, and I will watch that religiously on a weekly basis as it comes out, and I will be unable to deal with the downtime between the 2 episodes. But anyway, I have rambled on enough, so I am going to say see you next time, as always. If you would like to be involved in choosing some of the drawings in that bottom right hand corner of the screen, I do an art stream on Thursdays from from 8 o'clock, GMT, British Standard Time, Greenwich Mean Time, whatever you want to go with, until about 9:30, where I do chat-based requests, and then after that I play a team play game with friends. It's a lot of fun, it's really light-hearted, so by all means do come along, join us, and I may even be able to draw your request. So, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. Take care, have fun, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.